No one noticed the revolution at first, because it didn't arrive with gunfire, but with numbers. Paris, late 18th century. The streets still smelled of iron and smoke from years of upheaval. The monarchy had fallen, heads had rolled, and France was trying to rebuild itself from chaos. But beneath the shouting crowds and shattered symbols of power, a quieter problem lingered, one that touched every loaf of bread, every bolt of cloth, every mile of road. Nothing could be measured the same way twice. A pound in one town weighed differently in the next. A foot stretched or shrank depending on who held the ruler. Merchants argued, farmers were cheated, scientists couldn't agree on truth itself. Measurement, something invisible yet essential, had become a battlefield. Then came an audacious idea. What if the world could be measured by nature instead of kings? What if numbers obeyed logic, not tradition? In dimly lit halls, French scholars proposed something radical, a system built entirely on tens, clean, predictable, universal, a single unit of length derived from the earth itself, a single unit of mass, a single rhythm for counting the world. Outside, the country trembled. Inside, the future was being drafted. In 1795, amid political uncertainty and public distrust, France made a decision that sounded almost absurd in its simplicity. Everything would change. Distances would scale by tens, weights would flow by tens, no more arbitrary fractions passed down from medieval habits, just decimals, just order. But the shift was anything but smooth. People resisted, bakers cursed the new scales, market vendors hid old weights under counters, even soldiers struggled to relearn distances they once marched by instinct. The new numbers felt cold, foreign, imposed, another revolution demanding obedience. And yet slowly, something remarkable happened. The chaos began to settle, trade became fairer, maps grew precise, science accelerated. Measurements spoke the same language, whether whispered in a laboratory or shouted across a marketplace. For the first time, humanity wasn't just counting, it was agreeing. This was more than a metric system. It was a declaration that reason could outlast turmoil, that even after bloodshed and fear, humans could rebuild the world on shared rules instead of inherited confusion. By the time the dust settled, France had done something no empire had achieved before. It taught numbers to march in step. Today, when we measure time, distance, weight, or energy with effortless precision, we're standing on that quiet revolution. A moment when humanity decided that the universe made more sense when counted in tens and chose clarity over chaos. If this story made you see the world a little differently, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, what invisible systems do you think shape our lives the most?